So I made over $150,000 with just 2K ad spend. And in this video, I'll show you how I did it. So before we jump into the video, let me show you some proof. All right, so if you're skeptical, I'm refreshing this for you again. Got it? All right, so this is my ad account. You can see, I spent over $1,700 on ads, and it gets me around 6,000 clicks for my high ticket SEO service offer. By the way, this niche is actually SEO niche, high ticket SEO niche, where I've been working on it from last 5 months. So I'm not gonna give you fake information that I did it in a month or two. It took me 5 months, right? So how it happens, and the profit margins are, by the way, are 80%, right? So how I did it. It is like I said before, it is a high ticket SEO niche, and finally I find out that where the hidden treasure is. So I boost the ads after getting the input, which is basically getting the results from the pixel, getting the results from the pixel data, and after that I launched this campaign. So it's in front of you. I spent over $1,700 and I made over $150,000. And I think that why I have this type of leverage, right? The number one reason why I have this type of leverage, it is because I have been doing this from last 10 years, and it's not new for me, right? And I can do this again and again with Google Ads, basically, because I spend almost 5 years of my life on working on Google Ads, because I have pretty good grip on Google Ads. So let's dive into let's jump into how I actually did it. So the $1 million question is how I did it. So I actually did only 2 things, and I talk about those 3 things in almost all my videos, because it is incredibly easy to focus on those 3 things, because in online business, if you messed up only one thing out of those 3, you will fail, right? So the number one thing is relevant targeted traffic, and getting rid of junk traffic. And it is actually very, very important initial step if you really wanted to make a really good money on the internet. And I just showed you that how I made over $150,000 with just less than $2,000 ad spend. And the only thing on initial stages I focused on was relevant traffic. The people actually looking for certain high ticket services, right? Or in my case, SEO, high ticket SEO services. And I actually cracked that code. And I know that meta ads will not really work on these type of offers. So I choose the Google Ads, because if you don't know, Google Ads is actually a gold mine if you work on it properly, and if you actually lucky enough to get the right data and right keywords. Because there are not millions but billions of people every month searching for product or services on Google Ads, and it's very overlooked marketing domain, and no one really talks about it, but still it's working, right? You could say that it's an old-fashioned way to run ads, but you need to understand one thing, that in my vocabulary, there are hyperactive buyers, because they are actually looking for a specific service and product. So you need to, if you're selling something that is high ticket when it comes to price, and that is something that is highly valuable, and you know that people are searching for it, even the volume is low, you should run Google Ads, right? So this is the first step for my success, especially in this project. So the second step is high ticket offer. So how it was very easy for me to make around $150,000. It is basically because of high ticket offer, right? Because the average price point of my service was $5,000. So I convert over 30 to 35 clients, and it made me around 150. So in this case, you should avoid bold promises. I know people who pitch high ticket offers, they stack up a lot of value. And I think that people are not stupid. They don't need too much information, right? They don't need to give you this thing and this thing. You should not do that. You should not give them fake promises or bold promises. Just pitch them a clear offer, and that's it, right? And they will say yes to you if they are really interested. In my case, I only focus on very in my vocabulary, I use the word hyper active people. Hyperactive means that people were actually looking for my services, right? So I only choose those people, and I avoid the rest, because the rest actually waste your time. Sure, they can convert too, but the time frame, you need to understand that I will rather prefer a person who is paying me right now, instead of a person who will pay me in 3 months or 4 months. Why would I even invest my time and effort to convince someone, rather than I will facilitate someone who is already ready to buy my services, right? So I sell over, 30 to 35 units for this service, and it end up in a very good amount. And I think that if you are credible enough, and if you have authority in your niche, you can pitch a 5K service or product to your customers. But if you don't have any authority, then I will not recommend this price point to you. You should start with 500 to 1,000 at least. Now, the third step is clear conversion path and guarantee refund. So why it is important? It is actually is a real deal maker, right? Because your client actually know that if you fail to give the results, he will get the refund, right? That's it. It actually does the magic, right? Because when you ask someone for money with the full guarantee, definitely that person will say yes to you, right? Because especially in online place, it is not easy to get the yes, especially in the first meeting, right? But when you provide the full guarantee refund, or tell your client that, okay, only release your payment when the service is delivered, and then it is much easier for them to say yes to you. So the another thing you need to keep in mind, because when you're actually asking them for money and they are saying yes to you, but they want the guarantee, give them guarantee, but at the same time, don't be too generous, right? Don't just tell them that, okay, that only pay when you get the results, right? Don't be that general, because don't be that generous, because I used to be that person, and it was not a nice experience. So what you need to do, you need to have a third party like escrow or any other secure payment method, where you ask them to pay, and then once you deliver them the services, then they can click on the release payment, right? This is the simplest things that you can do to improve your conversion rate. Number one is guarantee refund, and number two, that have a third party as a security for your payment methods. Right? So it is easier to get the yes in the first meeting when you provide the guarantee, and of course the third party secure payment method. Where now the question is how I can help you to do the same. So if you are super interested and really wanted to scale your business with predictable systems, you are most welcome to join my 100K funnel mastery program, where you will get all the insights and the proper detailing that how I actually made over $150,000, and you can actually imply those all systems in your business to do the same, right? You will get to know how to get the right targeted traffic. You will get to know how to craft an incredibly amazing offer, and you will get to know how to create a simple conversion path where your customer or client is super comfortable to say yes to you, and actually agree to your offer in less than 5 days or 10 days. So if you're super serious to scale your business and take it to next level, join 100K funnel mastery. Click the link below and drop your email, and from there my team will contact you. All right. Thank you.